Let's talk about the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about the team that was left for dead at 1-3 because Burrow, he looked ice cold, not Joe Burrow. His calf looks completely done. He wasn't doing anything that we were used to seeing. They got smoked by the Tennessee Titans in the Tannehill era, which I will remember.
You will remember like it's over?
Like we will remember, but that's later on in the program. However, okay, this team was done in many people's minds at 1-3. I went so far as to say I was genuinely concerned for them because Burrow didn't look like Burrow. And Jamar Chase was turning to reporters and saying, I'm always effing open. And you had to be sitting there wondering, like, wait a minute, is he concerned himself that he's not going to get the football? That game against the Los Angeles Rams, their first win of the season, it looked like they won in spite of. Flat out facts, I believe. Even Bengals fans deep down were like, are we going to see the Burrow that we all know? Or is this one of those soft tissue injuries that's not going to heal? And we're going to be dealing with this. And it going to, 3 and outing the defense back on the field. Is that going to affect both sides of the ball now? Facts. And then the team that won the AFC a couple years ago and threatened to do the same last year showed up in San Francisco yesterday. Oh, very much so. And right from kickoff, Joe Burrow, 21-23, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns in the first half. How's that for hitting the 49ers in the mouth when they are staggering a bit? Losing 2 in a row, losing to P.J. Walker, and then going from that loss in Cleveland to Minnesota and losing that Monday night game and then showing up back home and taking on a Bengals team coming off a bye week and looking fresh as a daisy. And when you see the Chiefs, who I'm seeing in Germany in 6 days in the booth, on NFL Network against the Dolphins. And you see now just 4 teams with the same record atop this conference in varying degrees of heat and hotness and health. In the Ravens, the Jaguars, the Chiefs, and the Dolphins at 6-2. And the Bengals at 4-3. They're just going to keep matriculating. That was a remarkably impressive win in San Francisco. They hit the Niners in the mouth and then started turning over Brock Purdy for a 3rd straight game for him. And even with McCaffrey scoring a rushing and receiving touchdown for the 14th time in his terrific career, even with all that happening, the Bengals started turning them over, and then with one particular back-breaking fourth-quarter interception. First snap, Burrow to Chase. Burrow 100 yards, 10 catches, touchdown. End of game. That was all she wrote. The Bengals started fast. They kept on top. They didn't let the Niners off the mat. They hit them with their weakness, which is a suddenly turnover-prone quarterback, and then broke their backs and finished. That's what a championship team does on the road. And they're 4-3. They finally started playing like the team we have seen over the last 2 years. Burrow looks terrific, running the ball too. He had a 20-yard scamper, getting up and doing his first down stuff. It was awesome. Congrats to Bengals fans, because you had to be nervous like everyone else at 1-3. And now Burrow is stepping to the podium after a big win in San Francisco, when you thought San Francisco was definitely not going to lose a 3rd straight game. And they made it happen. This wasn't a game that San Francisco lost. This is a game that Cincinnati won, and decisively so.
Yeah, we needed this one. So big win, but it was just one. We got a lot of football left to be played, so we're going to enjoy this one for a day and get right back to it. It wasn't perfect, that's for sure. We left points out there, and we had some mental mistakes that we got to clean up, but overall it was a well-executed game. But it was a great team win. Complimentary football. Defense stepped up in big spots. Offense stepped up in big spots. Special teams stepped up in big spots.
Damn straight. Damn straight. Those are all facts. He's spitting it. And he's himself. He came off the plane in San Francisco dressed as an alien. You know, he's being himself. He's being himself.
Yeah,
and so
back.
is this team. Joe Mixon, by the way, he ran with authority. It was his touchdown that also broke the complete back after the final interception by Purdy. Well done. The Bengals' next game. Take a look at their schedule as they move on. They are home for the Buffalo Bills on Sunday Night Football. How big is that game?
Love it.
Perfect timing on their part with the Bills staggering in victory. I think that's a way to put it.
I think so, yeah.
Then they have Houston at home at Baltimore. They've already lost one. They've got to go to Baltimore and do what they just did at San Francisco. Look at that game, Week 13 at Jacksonville after a home date with Pittsburgh. There's some fun Bengals games over the next week and a half that have a ton of implications with a visit to Kansas City on New Year's Eve day. How about them apples? Fun stuff. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.